And I'm going to mute everybody. Hello, everybody in TV land. It's Laura Ward. We're in Somatic Mat. We're going to start with lymph stuff today, and then we'll get moving into more exercisey stuff. And I am in a Zoom room with other humans and maybe some cats and dogs, depending on how it goes. All right, so we're going to start with our right hand crossing over into the left upper quadrant of just above the clavicle and next to the sternocleidomastoid, right in here. Relax your neck and tongue. So getting into that top part, lymph, right hand on left upper quadrant. And I'm going to work my way up into the part of my angle of my jaw as well. So I'm just going to go from here up to there. My hand is across my body, working from its way from here up, getting the tissue. And my hand's kind of flat, like I'm just grabbing on with the pads of my fingers and moving that area. And then switching it, same thing to the other side. So other upper quadrant. And I'm moving between those points of this one right here and then up here behind my ear or behind my jaw. And I like to yawn a lot while I'm doing it. I'm just going to go and turn off the heat in my house. It's very loud. Good. And then from there, we're going to go to the armpit pec on one side. And yeah, I'm going to move my arm around a little bit and get in there a little bit deeper. And then switch again to the other side, same thing. And then coming into this place between your belly button and your lower bottom of the rib cage, your xiphoid process, and getting in there. But this was a deeper one. This goes deeper back into your body. I'm actually going to slow down in there and see if I can push in a little deeper. Not so that it's painful, just so that I can feel into it a little bit. Just changing my rhythm a little bit. And then front of the hips and the groin, inguinal fold. And then behind the knees. And then we're going to just do some thymus thump up here. Maybe a little Tarzan out to the top of your pecs. I'm sure that Anthony is loving that right now. He's still in bed, so I should just shut the door. And the kittens have, they have a little a little scratching post. It's like it's a V, or like, you know, a little tent that they are in, and one of them is in there looking at me. Very cute. Oh, he's about to attack the post, getting it. And let's take it under your ribs, just under here. Same thing, letting your diaphragm really drop on the inhale. So we're not trying to keep all our breathing up here. We're trying to bring the breathing down so our organs are getting some massage. And then I'm going to take my hands. We're going to do one more thing here. And here's the bottom of my rib cage. And here's my xiphoid process. And I'm just going to, with my fingers, dig in and kind of pull along one side and then the other. So what I'm trying to do is get underneath that edge of the ribs. And I want to like create some space between my organs and my diaphragm, so they're not getting all jammed up together. This is also actually, I studied connective tissue therapy when I was in my 20s. And this is one of the strokes where you go around and you pull through. So I'm just getting underneath there. Then we're going to do one more thing here. You're going to take your fingers and you're just going to cross hatch from one side to the other, diagonal across from your rib cage down towards your hip bone, pulling down and across on one side, same thing on the other, pulling down and across. Inner body stuff, just getting some movement in the organs, and then shake that out. And let's do one, just grab your belly like a little pot and kind of move it around, shake it up and down, try to relax a little bit. Like sometimes we get so stuck and so like constipated in our being. So let that stuff move a little bit. Guts, don't worry, they are not going to pop out like a bunch of sausages. They are connected to the mesentery, which is like a big sort of like a sea fan that holds all of your intestines. And then let's just stick our butts out, stick your butt out. You can take your hands on your knees, let your belly drop down, reach with your tail and just shift from side to side. So we're actually doing this because I taught bar burn yesterday at the gym. I started teaching at the Y up here and I like my lower back needs some extra stuff. So when we move the inside of our body, it's also going to help the outside of our body, right? So I'm reaching through my tail, sticking out my butt, shifting from side to side. And I have my little zazen, also known as Squeaky Deaky, here on the mat with me in the mat sharing program. All right, let's go back to breathing in the beginning, starting at the inhale, starting at the beginning that we skipped. Inhale, open, and exhale, shake your way down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, shake it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, shake out, shake out, shake out. Let everything go. Two more like that. Inhale, lift. So this shake out is to continually stimulate that lymph, get it moving. Shaking, deep diaphragmatic breathing, movement is going to get that lymph moving, but it's also to release any kind of extra tension in your body. So any kind of like holding that's going on, anything that you don't need to be holding on to. I like to talk about taking off the big backpack of other people's crap, but maybe it's the big backpack of your own crap. So just waking up your kinesphere, moving around. And let's do some twists. Spiraling, looking behind you. Yeah, in the breathwork courses that I've been doing with Tim Vanderfleet, we do like part of the daily practice is doing these twists for anywhere between 2 and 5 minutes. And I have to say, I generally do that every morning. You want to try and see the same place behind you in each twist so that you're twisting as far on one side as you are on the other. Good. And then we're going to change that. We're going to go up and down, up and down. This is the big like paint the rainbow. I'm wearing the rainbow short pants, the rainbow trousers, and just circling around. So you're basically painting your vertical plane with your arms as you're stepping from side to side. Feeling that big expansive movement. And then come in, shake it out, and let's take it down to the floor. Catherine, I don't know why, but on my screen, you're upside down, which is fine. I'm just like, wow, this is kind of an Alice in Wonderland thing. Don't worry about it. just letting you know, it's super funny. Cheers, everybody. Happy breakfast coffee. Here's the team. They're all getting along very well now, which is great news. And the buddy Gaylord is also starting to play with them a little bit more. So everyone's quite happy in the house. Stretching from side to side. But right now he's having a private moment up in my bedroom, enjoying the sun on his own. These guys are about to get kicked out. So I have one attacking my foot. Circling the whole way around, sideways and forward and around. Open it up. sideways, forward, and around, and lift. Sideways and forward. Open it up. Breathing. Let's stay here and let's just circle the torso. Again, we're freeing up the diaphragm over the organs. So think of this as being a very free flow movement. So you're not trying to contract and constrict or condense at all. You're trying to mobilize, change direction. I know that there's been, like, in the fitness world, such an emphasis on core stability. And I would say that most people in, especially like New York City, which is like really the fitness world that I know, they could benefit from some core mobility, not more stability. They need some movement in there, most people. Anyway, spiraling to one side and then to the other. So whatever type of thing we are working, like whether we're working core stability, we also want to be working core mobility. Like if we're working core strength, we want to work core flexibility as well. Like we don't want to just work in one direction ever. We always want to be balancing that out for a really healthy system. All right, change legs. Non-dominant leg comes in front. We're just going to take this one down and shift from side to side. Letting the river of your spine free up from your head to your tail, mobilizing, easy movement. Neck and shoulders relaxed. Breathe into it. And then coming up, and let's do one more thing here. Open your feet wide. Shift the camera down a little bit. Opening your feet wide. You could be sitting up on a block if you wanted to, but if you're fine on your butt, you don't need a block. You're going to flex your feet, internally rotate, pull back, and then externally rotate, lift, arch, and open. Exhale. Oh, I get to do this right in the sun. The sun is coming in the window. Exhale, internally rotate, inhale, open, arch. Exhale, hollow and curl, inhale. Like there's a fountain sprouting out of your heart up to the ceiling. Exhale and inhale, open and arch. Last one. Exhale, inhale up, and then come in. Let's come back to that other side with the non-dominant foot in front. So if it feels awkward, that's the right foot. And we're going to spiral again, just spiraling, but let's just keep spiraling. So going from one side to the other in your own time, seeing if you can take it just a little bit deeper each time. Breathing. And then coming into center, let's take it down to the floor. And just knee drop, easy and loose. So letting the knees fall from one side to the other, allowing that to massage through your lower back, through the back of the hips, breathing into it. Thinking of like the tissue in your hips and lower back, just spreading across the floor, easy and loose, relaxed and soft. So this is the place where, like, if I do like a bar burn class or take ballet a lot, I get real tight in here. So that is what I'm feeling right now. And as I move across it, it starts to soften a little bit. And I'm going to take my foot just a little deeper. This gets me opening up more in between my shoulder blades. Yeah, and maybe some little adjustments in the spine, breathing into it. And then coming in, I'm going to take my knees together and circle. So again, I'm massaging through my back, trying to relax my body as much as possible, just letting the arms stir the legs and change directions, stirring, S-T-I-R, stirring the legs in the hip sockets. And then we'll take them away from each other. So big circles, lubricating up your hip sockets, letting that still massage out your sacrum and lower back. So there's like this massive sheath of fascia coming down into our, into our lower back, connecting in down there, which is a very strong support structure for our form, helps us hold up. Like our IT band, we want it to be tight. If it was loose, we wouldn't be able to stand up. And the same with this fascia in our lower back. Like it's not that we want it to be tight. Like that's what it is. It's a band of strength. We want it to have like maybe some free moving relationship between the fascia underneath it. So we want it's not like we want these things locked, but we want elasticity and strength in these big bandy bits of fascia, like our IT band and our lower back. All right, let's take the legs and arms up and just give them a shake out. Again, inviting the abdominals and the inner body to soften. And then kind of wagging my tail as I'm doing that. Arms, legs, head, tail. And then let's go for it, cross body, elbow to knee, going one leg in, one leg out, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax for a second. Turn your head from side to side. Big breath. Oh, you got a mask on, Saul? You got people coming and going? Yeah. Turning your head from side to side, let it go. Relax your neck and jaw and tongue. And then hands behind your head, elbow to knee again. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Long legs. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it down. Turning your head from side to side. Like, I think that if you were going to do only one abdominal exercise, or, you're not just working your abs, you're working a lot of things there, but we could say that that is mostly an ab exercise. Well, I wouldn't want to say that, but I think it traditionally would be thought of that. But if you're only going to do one, this is a great one to do, because you're going to get that contralateral patterning, which crossbody work, which is very healthy for your nervous system. It's good for your brain. Helps organize yourself. Organize it. I'm clearly not very organized. Helps organize your brain. Arms over your head. Stretch it out. Legs reaching below. Just stretch through one side of your body and then the other. So you're stretching that train of fascia from your fingertips to the sole of your foot. So moving through your whole body as you stretch out. One side and then the other side. And then let's just stretch the upper away. So stretch your arms and your head away from center and relax that. And then stretch your legs and your tail away from center and relax that. And then you're going to stretch your right arm and left leg, find that diagonal, reach that longer and release. And then your left arm and your right leg, find that diagonal, reach that out and release. So these are the different types of body organizations. We can have upper versus lower. We can have right side versus left side. We can have contralateral movement. All right, stretch it out. We're just going to come halfway up. Just to adjust myself. Deep breath in on the exhale, bending the knees just halfway, rounding your spine. Inhale, open, stretch it out. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale. So my spine is curling. Then when I come down and stretch, I come back to my natural lumbar curve. Exhale, I'm rounding my spine up. Inhale, stretching, reaching long. Using my breath. Exhale. Inhale, open, stretching the whole thing. Exhale. We're going to come up on the next one. Inhale. So the next one, we're going to come up and then reach, have a moment, look up, and then exhale, soften, roll it down. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, halfway, keep going. Look up, have a moment, see the light, and exhale. In my case, it's really true because the sun is right there. Exhale, up. And roll it down. exhale. Inhale. And last one. Take it down to the floor, and let's go with arms out to the sides and legs up off the floor, spiraling, turning your head one way and then the other. Letting that massage again through your hips and lower back, big spiral. Yeah, so if we get inflamed, like if our lymphatic system is inflamed, it can be hard to twist. So we want to make sure that we're using those twists to kind of wring out the tissue, get things moving. And then we're going to open and close the whole thing. So opening and closing it in. Unfold, open it up, exhale, fold and close. Inhale, open, exhale, stretch it out, fold it in, open it up, close, open, close, open, close. Last one, open it up, stay there. Let's take just a little bit of movement in your happy baby, wiggling around. We haven't really warmed up the hamstrings in the back so much, or by lifting or doing bridges. We'll do those in a minute. So this doesn't have to be your biggest stretch, but maybe it feels okay. Maybe you are ready to stretch a bit or roll forwards and backwards. So a lot of the stuff that I'm doing today is to relieve what's going on in my lower back because I did that barbering class. It may be different for you, the things that fix or heal or help you. All right, so let's do that warm up for our backs. And let's also grab weights and a block. So if you don't have your weights nearby, grab them. And we are going to take it into block in between your knees. You don't need the weights yet, just a block or no block. And we're going to lift the pelvis up. Hands are down by the sides. In this position, you're just going to dip the right hip down 2 inches and then inhale up, dip the other hip. Inhale, lift, sinking, press it up and sink and push. Dipping down, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Doesn't matter if you don't have the block, you can still do this. The block is just a little bit helpful. Up, dip it down, press, dip, press, dip, press, dip, press. 2 more, down, up, last one, down and up, and roll it down all the way to the floor. Oh my God, happy Valentine's Day. I haven't even thought about it, but happy Valentine's Day to all my friends. The Hallmark holiday. Woo! I've got my pink on. I have my pink everything. I totally forgot about it until now. And I think Anthony and I talked about it for 2 seconds yesterday, but it's just on an awkward day today. Like, who cares? I love Anthony all the time. It doesn't make a difference if it's Valentine's Day or not. Okay, I got totally distracted by the Valentine's Day. Let's come back. Let's grab our weights, and you're going to knock your knees together and feet are going to be wide, circling around your body, holding the weights. You could have 1 5-pound weight or even a 6-pound weight, or you can hold your 2 3-pound weights or 2-pound weights or 1-pound weight, whatever you got. I told you my mom had her like jerry-rigged weight, which was 2 cans duct taped together. Change direction. The MacGyver weight. Where there's a will, there's a way. And the funniest part about my mom using those weights is that we have a bunch of weights all around the house, but she had to do it her way. So that's fine. Got to appreciate that. And then come in and separate your arms. Is this going to feel good? This is going to be very small. You may not go all the way down. Actually, let's do it first without the weights. Get rid of your weights for a second. You're going to take your hands, spread out your thumbs. You're going to turn to look in the palm of one hand and your thumb comes to the floor. You come back through and then you look the other way. So I'm spiraling down. Both times I turn, one thumb is touching the floor and I'm looking towards it, looking towards the palm of the open hand. I'm going to try this with weights. I don't know how it's going to go. Susan just popped in. Okay, so with weights, just be very careful. Like, you may not have as much movement, or you may skip it altogether. Yeah. Let's take the arms up to the ceiling, internally, externally rotate, spiraling, elbows towards each other, and then away. And then you're just going to do regular, like, push up and then elbows wide, press up. So this is really simple. Shouldn't feel too difficult. Just getting the tissue to have some mobility. You could do this with much heavier weights, I'm sure. And if you have them, go for it. That's enough of that. Just getting it moving. I know everyone's got, I don't know, not everyone, but so many people have issues in their shoulders and rotator cuffs, and I'm one of them. So it's like all the little bits of help we can get. Excellent. Let's come onto our, into our forearm plank. Hey, Susan, it started at 9 today. Maybe you know that, but come in for the second half anyway. Coming onto our side plank, forearm plank, stretching your legs down below you. Either stack or don't stack, pulsing up with your hips, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it down and shift it to the other side. Press it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Back to your first side. Let's take our head in our hands or on your arm, either way is fine. Knees bent like you're sitting in a chair, up and down. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to just do sets of 10. You're going to take, in this position, knee into chest and then kick back with your heel. Knee in, reach into the back space as far as you can go. 3, 4. So I'm pointing and then flexing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Now, take your leg right underneath you so it's in line with your body. Flex foot parallel. You're going to circle inward for 5 circles. Right underneath you. And then change direction outward for 5 circles. Try to make the circles round. And bring it in and just tap it out for a second. Yeah, I know. It's like, you can feel it. Like, just think of like really nice, smooth, round circles. All right. One more thing. Let's do knee to touch and then toes touch. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tap it out, let it go. I said that was the end, but I think I want to do one more thing here. This is a weirder thing. This is actually from gyrokinesis. You're going to stretch your legs down below you. You're going to take your bottom arm out. You're going to come into line, and then you're going to inhale, lift yourself up, And exhale, slide it back down. Inhaling, trying to stay sideways, coming up. Exhale, bringing it down. Inhale, up. Stretch it out. Lift and stretch. 2 more. We're not doing 10 of these. Up and down. And last one. Up and down. Good. And then roll over onto your back. Cross your, whichever leg was on top, cross that one over the other one. Draw the other one in, breathe into it. Soften and melt into the floor. Relax your neck and tongue. Relax your jaw. Relax your face. Move your face around. Mobilize the muscles of your face. If you want to take this stretch deeper, go for it. Breathing into it. And then just release. Shake it all out, let it go. And we'll come onto the other side and we will see if I can remember what I did on that first side. So I know we start here. Up and down. I think I can remember. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then knee into your chest and kick back. Going 1, 2, really reach into the back space. 3, want to stretch all that front of the body. Psoas, abdominals, inguinal fold, front of the quad, lengthening. 5 more. 4, 3, and I'm pushing back with the flexed foot. 2, last one. Bring your leg right underneath you. Circles, 5 circles in. Round circles, if possible. And then 5 circles out. Good, and relax for a second, give it a tap. In and out, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tap that out. Let it go. And then taking your arm underneath you, leg straight down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, slide it back out. You're trying to lift your legs and your upper body. Inhale, up. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slide it out. Try not to fold. So it's easy to go up high if you fold in the hips. Try to keep the hips not folded. So it's not going to be very high. 2 more. Or you're folding sideways, but not forward and backward. That's it. And relax. Roll it over onto your back. Cross your ankle over your knee. Draw it in towards you. And again, mobilize your face. Squish it up. Stick out your tongue. Relax your neck and jaw. Just inviting your face to free up. So there's nothing stuck in there. And then take it deeper if you want to. Breathing into it. Easy and loose. And then unscramble, shake it all out, let it go. Let's open up into a big straddle and circle the legs, circle the feet. Change direction. And then bring it in, shake it out, wiggle it out. And let's roll over onto our bellies, all the way down onto your stomach on your mat. And we'll take it into a forearms. Forearms, so your elbows directly below your shoulder, your arms are parallel, and you're just going to push forward and backward for a second. So it's like you're push pulling. As you're doing that, you should feel your pecs and your lats a little bit. Let that go. Let's push into, or let's not push yet. Let's just look over one shoulder, release that, look over the other shoulder. A couple times, looking one way, looking the other way. Then the shoulder that you're going to look towards, you're going to push into that arm and then release and then push the other side. Then we're going to add the legs. So the opposite leg is going to come in double pulse. You're trying to look over your shoulder and see the other leg. Then if you feel like making it more exciting, you're going to flex and point that foot. Flex and point. So I can totally cheat and look in the camera, but try to look to see my foot. Try to look over your shoulder and see your foot. Flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. Last one, flex, point on each side, flex, point, and relax and take it down. Wag your tail, soften your spine, bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side. So very loose and easy, massaging out the front of the quads. Hydrating the tissue in the front of your leg as we roll across it. So as you're like, so two things can hydrate tissue. I mean, more than two things, but two really easy things. One is movement, squishing it around, moving it, but another is massage. Like if somebody gets in there and they're working with the tissue, it's going to create more hydration in there. But then of course we need to make sure that we are actually drinking enough water for that to happen, especially if you wake up in the morning and you have coffee first thing. If it's possible, have a couple, have some water first so that it's not just dehydrating yourself right away. All right, opposite arm to leg, regular Pilates swimming. Let's add a pumping breath. It's going to be a huff and puff, get the diaphragm going. Inhale, lift the whole thing up, mobilize around, check out your environment. Take your hands next to your chest, arch up, take it back into a child's pose, breathe and relax. Soften down into the floor. You can wiggle around there, rolling from one side to the other of your forehead. Soften your neck and your spine, relax your back, shifting, let it go, and shift your weight back towards your heels and come up. We're going to let's do these circles with our rib cage, lungs, and heart. So I'm going to open I'll show you from the front. I'm going to open my hands wide and just circle down to the floor and then push through. If that hurts in your shoulders or you're avoiding it, you could sit up and circle your ribs. So anyway, it doesn't have to be here. Again, getting that mobility in the organs, in the diaphragm. Big breathing. Use your breath. Yeah, take in life by breathing deeper. Change direction by letting go. Not like we need to breathe deeper all the time, but when we're working out, it helps. And then come back in and let's do opposite arm to leg. Out, in, out, and change. So it's going to go out, touch, out, and then change. Out, touch, out, change. Focusing on as if you have two parallel tracks, your right side and your left side, and you're just moving along those tracks. In, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out. Last one. And relax. Let's go with the wrists in and out. Relax your neck and tongue. Imagine that we are a bunch of manta rays swimming all together really fast through the ocean. Breathing, bringing in that movement into your body. Really connected. Arms to lungs to heart. shoulder blades, shake it all out, let it go. And let's take it down to a forearm plank on the mat. Let's do one leg up at a time. So more traditional alternating sides, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Open your feet a little wider, circle your pelvis toward the floor and then to the ceiling. Let's go for 4 in each direction. After you've done it one way, go the other way. Take it all the way down to the floor. Head on your hand, curl your toes under, push up and down, relax. Soften your spine, let your head and neck and jaw release. Easy inner body, letting go, softening and melting. Tension just dropping away. Sometimes it feels good just to stay here on our bellies, letting go, softening, melting. Let's bend the right leg. You're going to grab on, draw your heel in towards your butt, stretch your quad, breathe into that. You can take the heel towards the edge and then bring it into center if you want. Again, that's going to move the tissue in the front of your quad in a more three-dimensional way. So it's not just sitting there in one position, but there's a little bit of mobility. This internal rotation is coming from your hip socket. So it's not your knee getting that. The knee is a hinge joint. So it's not going to be doing that side-side action. Then we're going to kick the whole thing up. Reach it out. And then release and come down. Switch it to the other side. So starting with the quad stretch, heel in towards your butt. You can move the leg in and out a little bit if that feels good. Listening into each side of your body. Like this one feels very different to me. This side wants to go slower. So tune into sensation. Don't expect it to be the same every day or from one side to the other. Breathing. And then kicking it out and up, reaching away from center, long body. And soften down to the floor. Let's arch all the way up, opening the front of your body, bend your knees. Oh, try to touch your toes to the back of your head. And then take it back. Child's pose again. Surrender, let go. Take your arms out in front of you and palms up for your child's pose for a second. You can shift from side to side in that position. Almost like you're receiving something, like something's going to come into your hand. So you're receiving. And then shifting your weight back and coming up. And let's take a hip stretch. So you can do this laying down if you want to. I'm going to do it seated. I'm going to go for ankle to knee, one ankle over one knee, the other one under the other knee. Just breathing and taking it forward. This could also be here, or you could be laying on your back, pulling it in. So working with what feels right in your body today. Breathe and melt. Relax your neck, relax your jaw. Let go. And then coming up, let's unscramble. Shake it out, let it go. Bang it up and down, rotate in and out. Let the tissue soften back up. Yeah, so after we've done strength work, we want to soften and jiggle. after we've done stretching, we want to soften and jiggle. We want to soften and jiggle. So we want the tissue coming back to a neutral. Switch it to the other side, whichever one was on top. Now I feel like, am I doing the same side again? I don't think so. I don't know. Take it down, breathe into it. I have to keep adjusting because I think I might have done the same side twice. And then release and bring it up, taking your legs out, bang them up and down, rotate in and out. Take your hands just above your knees, and you're going to kind of dig in, especially to the inside. Like you want to kind of get in under the muscle and pull up and move. So you can do it with your thumb, maybe starting like by your knee and then working your way up. Feeling into it, doing it maybe 2 or 3 times. So it seems like a general rule to me that once your body has done something 3 times, or once you've worked through something 3 times, it's not that you've gotten as far as you can go, but you've made a huge amount of progress. Like your first time, okay, second time we're getting there, third time you should pretty much be there by that. And by that I mean like the tissue. Like if I'm doing, and this is a kind of a disgusting thing, so if you're squeamish, mute right now or plug your ears. I was working with a cadaver and I had my hand on the foot and I was doing a heel rock. So on the first heel rock, like the movement maybe went up to here. On the second heel rock, the movement went up to here. By the third heel rock, the movement was all the way up to the head and the cranium. So that's what I mean about 3 times, like, or a stretch. Like if we want to get further, like be there for a little while, let it go, come back in, go again, come back up. So let's actually try this. And there's one more thing we're going to add to it, and it's an eye thing. So take it into your forward fold. Breathe and relax, soften and melt. And then come up. And then what we're going to do is, without moving our neck or jaw, you're just going to turn your eyes from side to side. So looking as far to one side, as far to the other as you can, and then take it forward again. This is one of the Andrew Huberman podcast things about opening up. And I think Feldenkrais probably was onto this also. Taking it deeper, see if you can go a little deeper, breathe into it. And then come up. And let's do it one more time. Eyes looking one side, the other side. Let's add an up down with that, with the eyes. So looking up, looking down. And then we're going to add, this is actually a Feldenkrais exercise. You're going to try to look up as your head goes down. So your eyes are going up, your head is going down. Just try, it's weird. And then look down as your head goes up. That's a lot easier. Look up as your head goes down. You could think of looking at your eyebrows as your head goes down, and then looking at your cheekbones as your head goes up. It's weird. And so don't do it a whole bunch, just do it a little bit, right? It's just a totally different pattern. Then the other thing you're going to do is you're going to look to your side, but you're going to turn your head the other way. And then the same thing, look to the side, turn your head the other way. So you're in this kind of disharmony in what you're doing. Just do it a couple times because it is weird. And then let that go. Just feel where you are now. Yeah. And relax. Don't do it. Yeah, it's weird. I know. Don't do it too many times. Shake it out. And let's take our forward fold again. Walk your butt from side to side, forward fold. This is really not a good exercise for me to do any testing on because my forward fold is already so open. So you can change it if you want to change it to a different position, just feeling into that. Good. And then let's roll it up and bring it in, and bringing our legs together. We're going to stand on our legs in a second. We're just going to take the knees forward and then the heels back. You are working towards touching down to the floor, but if you don't touch down, that's fine. And if this hurts your knees, don't do it. So if it hurts your knees, just extend your butt more toward the ceiling and hang in a forward fold with your knees slightly bent. But this is like, I can feel stuff in my ankles and feet doing this that I really don't get in any other way. Also in my lower back, if I just hang out here in the squat and let my head drop down, breathing deep down into my lower back, I can get a great release here. And if I really keep telling myself to let go, I can get a good release in my neck and shoulders as well. And then slowly, slowly straightening the legs or slightly bent knees, however feels good to you. Shake your head no, nod yes, wiggle the shoulders around, let go of holding patterns in your head, chest, lungs, neck, shoulders, jaw, and then roll all the way up, coming all the way up to the top. And we're just gonna finish it off with one more thing. There's a cat right behind my computer. It's so funny. I'll show you after we finish. The last thing we're going to do is let's take the arms out to the sides, hands just slightly in front of you to help you balance. You're just going to pick up one leg, close your eyes, see if you can find your balance with your eyes closed. Then change it to the other side. And again, you could do this keeping your eyes closed to find it, or you can open and close. It's actually easier for me if I just leave my eyes closed so that I'm just working on my kinesthetic awareness to find, or proprioception, all my ceptions, interoception, exteroception, proprioception, kinesthetic awareness. If I open and close my eyes and I bring on the visual, it's actually a little harder. So play back and forth with that and see what's working for you. And if you need to have your eyes open, that's fine too. It might be, I just need to work on my balance and I need to do it with my eyes open. Totally okay. But if you can, try it with your eyes closed. Good. And then release that, shake it all out. Big breathing, open. Feeling into your sort of awakened body now. We've done so many things. We've moved a lot of things. We've prayed with a lot of things. What does it feel like in your body now? What has come online? Inhale, open. And exhale. I hear this all the time. I just heard it the other day. I feel good, but I'm not sure if this is doing anything. And like, if people don't understand that if feeling good isn't the number one important thing, like, what was it? It was about breath work. And somebody's like, yeah, that breath work feels good, but I just don't know if it's doing anything for me. I'm like, are you hearing yourself? We're not tuned to thinking of how we feel, right? So if something makes you feel good, that is good for you. Guess what? It worked. Like, yeah. Like, I don't know. I think with our fitness stuff, it should be about how we feel 99%, which isn't to say don't do anything that's difficult. By all means, do things that are difficult. But if your body feels really horrible afterwards, that's not what we're looking for here. Yeah. Okay. All right, well, we are done. So I'm going to stop recording. Feel free to come in and say anything. And people in TV land, please like and subscribe and send this out to all your friends and neighbors who need to exercise and get into their bodies. Thank you.